Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey, and today we have our weekly mailbag. We pushed it back a day this week just to get some more questions in for everybody to help you out in your championship games this week. All right, Jeff, we're just going to jump right into it, get to all the questions today. So first one comes from Nicholas. He's asked a quarterback question. Which quarterback are you going to go with? Jared Goff, Nick Foles, Tyrod Taylor? Who do you got?
I got Foles.
I do too. I got Foles this week. I think I've ranked Foles about 10th this week. The other guys I have behind that, but Foles should be a great pick, I think. So I'm going with Foles. And crazy to say you're playing Nick Foles in your championship. I didn't think you'd be saying that, did you? It's kind of a crazy thought.
No, yeah.
All right, the next question comes in. I need to start 4 receivers. Okay, 4 receivers. Got to pick 4 of, looks like he has 5 options. The options: Michael Thomas, Golden Tate, Josh Gordon, Alshon Jeffrey, Robert Woods. Which 4 are you going with? I think Michael Thomas, obviously, we're both picking him.
Yeah, I think he's in no matter what.
Which 3 of the remaining 4? Golden Tate, Josh Gordon, Alshon Jeffrey, Robert Woods.
Yeah, I thought this would be an easier pick originally, but it wasn't as much for me because Woods got right back in there and started doing really well. He's been doing really well with Goff pretty much all year. So I feel like there's actually a discussion to be had here, but I think my original is what I would stick with, and I think I might. I think I would still have to sit Robert Woods, but I would actually be okay if it was someone else. But I feel like a lot of these guys are very, very similar. I don't want to really sit Alshon Jeffrey because Foles came in and showed that he can do a good job. That offense still rolling without him. Josh Gordon seems like a better athlete than the other two, and I feel like Tate, Gordon, and Woods. I feel like any 3 of those you could really sit, but I would probably sit Woods, even though he got right back into the groove. I don't know. What about you?
That's actually where I was leaning to. To me, it ended up being between Josh Gordon and Robert Woods, and I'm gonna go against Woods. Maybe it's just because we haven't seen him enough. Only saw him 1 week back.
Yeah, and Josh Gordon's going against Chicago. I mean, I guess we could just make this strictly a who is he playing type situation. So what, Woods is going against Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah, which could be good too.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty decent. And then Tate, I actually have to look, which is embarrassing. But he's going against Cincinnati, which actually is a usually very good defense, but they've been getting smoked everywhere lately. But that might be a place where you could actually sit Tate. Man, that is a really...
It really is. It's a tough one because, it's Golden Tate makes it tough too because he has good weeks, then he has nothing weeks. So he makes it difficult sometimes to maybe start him with confidence, I guess you could say. I mean, because really, maybe we got to rethink this. Golden Tate, look at his last 5 games. He really only has, he has 1 good game, 1 okay game, and 3 bad games.
Yeah.
When I'm really thinking about it, looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't the 2 games with 8 receptions, make me want to kind of lean on him because it feels like when the defense is good, that's when he kind of comes out. But actually, I think I changed my mind. I think I would sit Golden Tate, and I think I would start Robert Woods because he has been very good with Goff, and he hasn't shown that he's going to take any time to get back in the offense. So I guess I would sit Golden Tate, actually.
I just changed my mind, too. I'm right with you. I'm actually going to sit Tate, really looking at the numbers and seeing what he's been doing. And he's been okay. Yeah. And Robert Woods, I think, is safe. I think he's safe.
Yeah, I do, too. And I think Josh Gordon has kind of a higher ceiling. And, I think they're still trying to figure him out, where Golden Tate has nothing to prove, really. The Lions want to win.
Yep. All right. Fantasy Gridiron on Instagram. You guys go check him out. He has a pretty good account. And he's actually facing me this week in one of the Instagram championships we have going on. So that would be good. All right, what does he got here? How do you think Ezekiel Elliott will perform against the Seahawks? What do you think, Jeff? I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever. I'm never going to have a bad thing to say about Zeke when he's healthy and playing. So yeah, absolutely, he's a must start, and I think he'll do just fine. I know Seattle seems kind of daunting at times, but Zeke has run through every single team pretty much in the NFL already. Smith is healthy. They've been playing a little better as of lately, and he's just a wonderful running back. So yeah, don't worry about that. You got to start him.
And then the second question, with Antonio Brown out, does Smith-Schuster become a must start?
Yeah, I think as close to one as you can have. I would call him a must start.
Yeah, I put him I ranked him 15th for the week at wide receiver. So if I rank you 15th, that's high end wide receiver too. I put him 15th. I put Martavis 20th actually. So I actually think both of them could be starts, but Juju Smith-Schuster has shown that he was the second option behind Antonio Brown, and I don't see why he won't become the first option this week. So
yeah. And you see, obviously he's not Antonio Brown, don't get me wrong, but you see how many yards Antonio Brown can rack up in that wide receiver one position. And Smith-Schuster has put up large yardage games already. So if he's actually getting the first look, I don't see any reason why he would upset.
Ultimate 12th E Brown asks us a bunch of questions again, like he does every week. Always good to go through his questions. His first one, let's see here. First off, what should he do with Jamison Crowder? I don't know. You can play him in the right situation. I think he hasn't been, tearing it up, but it all depends on situation, right? It's hard to say, what you should do. Let's see. Crowder, you got a touchdown last week, so he's decent. Before that, he was a couple down weeks, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is not a week that I really feel great about him. He's going against Denver, and he's kind of had leg issues. So if you do have another option, I'd probably lean that way. But I completely agree with Craig. As you can see, like a lot of wide receivers, he is up and down. In the last half of the year, he has been pretty solid. So I completely understand you wanting to start him. I just get a little iffy, especially when they start talking about how their legs are a little injured. And Denver, even though they're not, they're a little up and down themselves. Usually against the pass, they're relatively good compared to the other NFL teams. So I'm not a big fan of him this week.
All right. So his next question is, he has Julio as his wide receiver one. Which two wide receivers should he add to his lineup along with Julio? Josh Gordon, Juju Smith-Schuster, Stephon Diggs, Jamison Crowder. And I'll just answer it first off. I think by the way he ordered them, it's the way I would do it. Josh Gordon, Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm playing those two.
Yeah. I was going to say Jamison Crowder, no. Diggs is always an interesting one for me, but I'm actually agreeing with you. I think Juju for sure, and I think Josh Gordon would inch out Diggs.
All right. Which tight end should I roll with? Jared Cook, Antonio Gates, Ricky Seals-Jones, or Austin Hooper?
Oh, man. Who's going to be the belle of the ball out of those guys, huh? Wow, that is I know that Hunter Henry is out of the picture, but I still have a very tough time throwing my confidence behind Gates. I don't think I would choose him. Oh, do you have one that actually sticks out to you, Craig?
You know what? Nothing that really sticks out to me, but I think I'm actually going to go with Ricky Seals-Jones. If might be crazy.
I was wondering about that.
I think I might go with Ricky Seals-Jones. I don't know why exactly, but I think that could be the decent option. Jared Cook, it seems like he's the name there, but he hasn't done very much at all. So kind of staying away from him. And what's Austin Hooper hasn't really done much either.
Let's be honest. None of these guys really have done a whole lot.
They really haven't.
Maybe they all have one game in the past 5 that they've done all right.
I'm going to go Ricky Seals-Jones. I'm going with Ricky Seals-Jones.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I guess after I just talk crap about Gates, I don't think I would start Cook or Hooper just because they've had the opportunity. They haven't done anything. Yeah, I feel like you either take a gamble on Gates or Seals Ricky Jones, and the fact that he's playing New York Giants, which are atrocious against tight ends, I would have to once again inch or kind of lean that way as well.
All right, one more question from ultimate 12th Ebron. Pick 2, Jerick McKinnon, CJ Anderson, Tevin Coleman, Alex Collins. 2 of those 4. I got my 2 easily, actually. I'm going Alex Collins. I'm going CJ Anderson.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I already knew immediately what you were going to pick. Yeah, I'm not going to pick McKinnon no matter what. Out of those 4, I shouldn't say no matter what. And Coleman has kind of disappeared ever since he was the starter, and then Freeman came back. I think he even might have had an injury concern. So yeah, I think CJ Anderson and Alex Collins are the logical picks.
All right. Ernesto asks, is Dede Westbrook a must start next week against the 49ers? Now with all the injuries there to wide receivers, is Dede Westbrook a must start or just a good start maybe?
Yeah, I'm not ready to say he's a must start. Yeah, I think he's a very intriguing guy, but I think there's gonna be rosters where you still can bench him and you wouldn't feel that crazy, like that bad about it. I mean, he hasn't, he had 2 games that were really good. I shouldn't say really good, just good. I know it's San Francisco, but I still haven't. I don't know what he's going to look like in that kind of like lead wide receiver role. I like the way Bortles is playing, but once again, it's Bortles. So I think he's a good start, but I don't think he's a must.
And then second part of that is, would you put him ahead of guys like Baldwin, who has been too risky to play recently?
Ooh, that is a really good question. How would you lean on that one? Because I know you have Baldwin and you've had Dede Westbrook. Which way would you go?
I'd go Baldwin because, part of it is matchup. Cowboys have been bad against wide receivers. And I think Wilson gets right this week and Baldwin gets right this week. And Dede, I can't trust Dede because Jacksonville went nuts last week. And Dede wasn't involved. It was everyone else. So, Doug Baldwin's been risky, but yeah, last week was terrible. But the 2 weeks before that, he was double digits. He had a down week the week before that. And then the 5 weeks before that, he was double digits. So I'm fine with Baldwin. Maybe not double digits. Depends on your league.
No, I would agree with you again. Dallas hasn't been that great against the pass. That's how they score all their points. I would take Russell Wilson over Bortles. If you compare the wide receivers and say they're comparable in talent, then yeah, I would take Baldwin because of the quarterback situation.
All right, second question from Ernesto: with Antonio Brown out, who do you think is the next man favored, Martavis Bryant or Juju? We kind of answered that a little bit. For me, it's Juju. I think you probably think the same way there.
Yeah, I think it's Juju, but I don't know how it's gonna. Honestly, Martavis Bryant could catch 2 touchdowns and the points will look. But I think that the team is going to favor him in looks and all of that good stuff. So I think Juju is by far the favorite there. Whether or not that actually turns out to be fantasy relevant, I don't know.
All right, Dan has a question for us. Is Martavis Bryant a good pickup to start over Crowder and Sanu?
That's all you. You have him at what, 20th? You said?
Yeah, I'm picking him. I have him over both of them. I do, and I think it's a good pick. I feel better about it than I feel about Crowder or Sanu.
Yeah, I do. First of all, we all know I made it pretty clear. I'm not that high in Crowder this week, and Sanu, I'm always lukewarm at best on him. I think with Martavis Bryant being the wide receiver 2 in that offense and Roethlisberger playing that well, I think he's the head and shoulders above those 2.
All right, we got Logan Dunleavy asks us a question: Phillip Rivers or Blake Bortles? Which one are you starting?
Oh man, unbelievably, I believe I'm starting Bortles this week.
I'm going Rivers.
Are you?
I'm going Rivers. Not by a lot. I'm fine with Bortles.
Yeah, they're actually very close for me this week, which I never thought I would say. But after Bortles has been doing so well and Rivers has his down week, and Hunter Henry got hurt. So I just, I think it's very, very comparable numbers this week. I think I'm shooting for low 20s for both of them.
All right. Eric Ebron or Charles Clay?
Actually, I would go Ebron.
I'm going Ebron as well. He's been pretty decent lately. So
he has.
I'll go Ebron.
Yeah. Good for him.
Final question from Logan. He has, let's see here, 5 receivers You get to pick, I believe you get to pick 2 of them. Okay. Jamison Crowder, Marquise Goodwin, Mike Wallace, Keelan Cole, Dede Westbrook.
Oh, man. You tested me on this. You have actually multiple guys from the same team.
Very tough to get 2 of these. You know what? What I'm going to do here is I don't like the matchup, but I don't like the other players. I'm actually going to stick with Goodwin this week, even despite the very tough matchup. I'm going Goodwin, and I'm going Dede.
Yeah, I almost have to kind of put my money where my mouth is. Yeah, I would, because I like Keelan Cole as well, but at the same time, I trust Dede way more than I trust him, even though he's been really hot. And yeah, that is a lot of players I'm just not really excited about.
No, not really.
Yeah, of course, I would like to have a different answer than you, but that's probably where I would land too.
Yeah, I think that's where you're going. I'm not excited about it, but hey, you can be worse than that. I think that could be a decent option. All right, we got more questions here about picking 5 players. These are tough ones. I knew this was all going to be this week because everyone needs to get their lineups ready for the championship. We got Nick asking us. You got 5 players to pick here, Jeff. 5 of them. They're all wide receivers. This is going to be interesting. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, Robert Woods, Alshon Jeffrey, Devontae Adams, Mohamed Sanu, Rashard Matthews, Mike Wallace, Keelan Cole, whatever his name is. So you need 5 of them. Right away, I think we put Juju in, right?
Yeah, Juju and Alshon for sure.
Yep. I think then you go Robert Woods.
Yep.
And I'd probably still go Devontae Adams even without Rodgers because he was good with Hundley.
He was, actually. He was probably the best option on that team when Hundley was in, and obviously we all know that Rodgers is going to start, so I think that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, so it comes down to picking one player out of Sanu, Rashard Matthews, Mike Wallace, or Cole. For me, oh man, tough one. Those are all players I don't feel excited about, so that's why it's so tough.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but for some reason, and this might be just partly gut for me, and the fact that there's so many injuries, but I would kind of lean towards Cole.
You know, when you have that many, and this is the last one, it's a shot in the dark, but why not, right? Because Sanu and like Matthews and Wallace, I don't get excited about those guys.
Yeah, and I realize he came out of nowhere and he's having an incredible hot streak. And last game was the first time he's ever caught like over 3 balls. But Keelan Cole has been killing it. He's been getting in the end zone. Bortles is playing well. I don't know whether or not that starts, or that keeps going. But I like his chances more than I like the other guys. So I would go Keelan Cole.
Yep. I'm going to do the same thing because you know what? I think he's been playing really great. Those other 3 I do not like. Yeah, go Cole. All right. Chris has some questions for us. First off, he says, thanks for the advice this year. I am wiser for listening to the podcast. It's always good to hear.
Just stroking my ego. I appreciate it.
All right. He's in the finals in one of his leagues. It's a 2 QB league, and it's also PPR. So he has a few different questions about it. So 2 QB. All right. His quarterback options, he has Case Keenum, Jimmy Garoppolo, Joe Flacco. Which 2? I think we can pretty much agree on Keenum.
Yeah, he's a guaranteed. The Garoppolo and Flacco are brutal because I want to say Garoppolo, but he has such a terrible matchup.
Yep, he does.
And I forget. Do you know who Flacco is playing off the top of your head? I'm gonna have to look. He plays the
Colts. He plays the Colts. So
I have to go Flacco, and I hate myself for it, but I got to because Jacksonville is so tough.
Yep. I'm doing the same thing. I have Flacco ranked 16th this week, and Garoppolo's about 21st, 22nd, something like that. Not what I want to do. I'd gladly play Jimmy Garoppolo if he's playing any other team this week. So, but Flacco and the sure thing of Case Keenum, such a weird thing.
Right. That is something that we did not see coming this year.
No. All right. He has 2 running backs he can start here. Remember, this is PPR. So you got Zeke, which to me, I don't even care who the other options are. Zeke's in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it comes down to Kareem Hunt. Well, it's Kareem Hunt, Mark Ingram, Jamal Williams. We throw Jamal Williams out. So
yeah, he's out.
You pick Hunt or Ingram, and this is actually a tough one.
Yeah, it actually is. Okay, that is the first time where I can understand why he's actually asking about Zeke, because Ingram and Hunt have both been absolutely killing it, and Zeke is coming back after a long stint out.
Yep. But I'm still going with Zeke.
I still play Zeke. Yeah, I still play him. Oh, man. Oh, man.
This is so tough. Pretty much anywhere you look rankings-wise around the board, people have Hunt and Ingram pretty much back-to-back in one order or the other. And I'll just let you know right away, mine is actually Kareem Hunt 4, and I believe Mark Ingram's a couple, maybe 2 behind that. It's 6 or something. So I'm going Hunt.
Oh, man.
Maybe I bought in too much. I probably bought in too much. He brought me back.
I know, he really has. And he's been
Ingram's
getting into the end zone, so it's Hunt. I'll be honest.
Ingram,
just looking at the matchups and everything, and they're both doing really well. I would have to go Hunt. I'm just waiting for him to bite me again, though. I feel like he's going to disappear completely, but I have to go Hunt because in my head, thinking that the reason they're winning is because they're feeding him the ball so much, and I don't think anyone is dumb enough not to see that. So they're going to give him 20 carries and let him do his thing. So I would do Hunt, and I'm just terrified that I'm going to miss out on Ingram's 4 touchdowns, but still.
Yep. And yeah, Hunt has the much easier matchup. So
yeah, he does.
You kind of go that way, I guess. All right, his last part of his question. Wide receivers. He can start 3 wide receivers, okay? He has Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate, Randall Cobb. So Randall Cobb is kind of out if Rodgers had played.
Yeah, I think it's the first 3 you said. I think Hill, Allen, and Baldwin.
Yep, that's what I'm going with, and that's exactly what he said. He said he was leaning that way. Basically just want some confirmation, and yeah, that's what I would go with too. So it's Hill, Allen, Baldwin, and you're still okay. So he's starting. The quarterbacks are a little iffy though, Keenum and Flacco, but then you got Zeke and Kareem Hunt with Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Doug Baldwin. I like his chances.
Okay,
it's a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah, I wonder. And this one must not have a flex position. I take it
must not. Yeah, because otherwise
Ingram should be in there anyway. But
yeah, otherwise Ingram's in your lineup. So
yeah, but it's pretty darn good as a solid team.
All right, Matt has a question. He might have missed this one already because we're recording this later this week. This is a waiver question. Since he has Antonio Brown, he was asking. Well, actually, I answered him already. So good. Matt already has his answer. We'll talk about it here anyway. He has Antonio Brown. Should I drop him and pick up Martavis Bryant, Mike Wallace, Keelan Cole, or Randall Cobb? And basically, if you don't play Week 17, you drop Antonio Brown for sure.
Yeah. Unless you can keep him or something like that. But obviously, you would know that. Especially if you're playing now, though. I mean, that would be a true question. Is even in a keeper league, and he was, for some reason, the only option you could to drop him. Do you go for the win compared to try to keep him for next year?
You have to.
Yeah, right.
Because you play for the championship. You have to. But that would suck.
17, you are in the championship for sure.
That would be a terrible feeling, though.
Yeah, but for sure, you drop him. Don't worry about it. And I think I would go Martavius Bryant first, then Cole, then Wallace, and Cobb.
Yep, I kind of agree almost exactly there. Cobb would have been so much higher up if Rodgers was playing, but
it's very true.
That drops him. All right, we got Ty asking us a question. Which 3 are we going to play? Wide receivers: Josh Gordon, Alshon Jeffrey, Jarvis Landry, Devin Funchess. Couple names there at the end we haven't talked about. The other ones we have. For me, Alshon's my number 1 in this group.
Who was the third guy?
Josh Gordon, Alshon Jeffrey, Jarvis Landry, Devin Funchess.
Oh, Landry, that mother effer.
I'm going Alshon. Okay, I'm going Alshon, Devin Funchess, Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Landry, he's not a bad play, but I like all the other guys better. Funchess, Jeffrey, Gordon, they're all the number 1 on their team. I know Landry is too. But at the same time, their offense is much more up and down. And he's not necessarily a TD guy, but still a great wide receiver. You can't really go wrong, but I would go Gordon, Jeffrey, Funchess, just like Craig said.
All right, I think that's going to do it for the mailbag. A lot of just start-sit questions this week. So hopefully we answer them right because this is the one week you don't want to be wrong. Championship week. So if you have any other questions leading up to the games, just make sure you go on either, Twitter at the FF or at the FF Prophet, I believe we are. Instagram is Fantasy Football Prophet, or email us fantasyfootballprophet@gmail.com. And good luck in your championships. Talk to you guys next week.